what were the big keys between you play well week 1 but don't dominate, you dominate week 2?
Yeah, we had a lot of details last week that we really need to clean up, a lot of missed opportunities. And kind of the same thing in this game. We have a lot of stuff that we need to clean up, tackling, myself especially, but just took advantage of more opportunities when we had them. And I think that was, really what ended up with the result that we got.
You guys had 14 tackles for loss today. What was the key to getting that done and being aggressive going upfield?
Yeah, I mean, that's it right there, just being aggressive. We talked about it after week 1 that we weren't aggressive enough. We didn't play hard enough. This defense is built on TFLs and explosive plays and, all the exciting things. And, we didn't get that done week 1. So in practice all week, it's, gelling together, meshing together a little bit better than we did in week 1 and, playing faster and playing more physical and getting vertical in gaps.
I want to say Haynes mentioned last week just wasn't y'all's style. Do you feel like that was more like it?
Yeah, 100%. I agree exactly with what he said. Last week really didn't feel like our defense. Today felt a lot better, a lot more comfortable for our defense, being able to, play fast off each other, get vertical in gaps, linebackers fixing, D linemen and, DBs had a day and, they were playing fast as well. So,
is there relief in that at all when you have a lot of new guys around you to see that the style can still exist like it has?
Yeah, for sure. I think when we bring guys in, too, it's like we know that they can fit our system. And they buy in quick and they want to play in our system. So, week 1 was an odd offense that isn't very conventional. They were also a little odd when it comes to unbalanced sets and empty sets. But at the end of the day, we just played a lot better defense holistically.
How do you feel about where you're at this year as the same time as last year when it was all new to you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel a lot better than I did last year. I've worked on my body a lot, but mentally everything's slowing down a lot. I just got to be able to hone in on the little things and not get caught up in the big view and just kind of be where my feet are and stay where I'm at. But a lot of things I need to clean up still. There are some missed tackles out there that I'm not happy with, so just fixing that and honing in on those little things.
How far along do you think the newer guys are in terms of buying into what the defense wants to do?
Yeah, I think mentally everybody's bought in. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to play our style of defense, which is fast, vertical, and everybody's aggressive to the ball. So it's a fun defense to play, and everybody's bought in. It's just a matter of meshing together, gelling together, and playing off each other a little bit better.
Kurt said he wasn't thrilled with the walkthrough yesterday. How does he express that to you guys? And as a leader, how do you kind of make sure you get kind of things cleaned up before kickoff today?
Yeah, I mean, some guys I think will take walkthroughs a little bit for granted. It's not as taxing on your body physically, but I think it's one of the most important days of the week mentally, being able to see every look that you're going to get. And, back to the little things is making sure that you're doing every little thing right for your job and, within the play or a scheme. But, Coach Sig let us know, and, we fixed it going into walkthroughs this morning, last night. So we felt a lot better about it, but, it was sloppy. Something that we need to correct going forward.
Maury Sharp got beat on the play, but then it came up stripping the guy, getting the ball back. Just what does that show that this team, this defense is capable of? Get beat, still make a play.
Yeah, just resiliency. It was a play that there was a miscommunication on the field, and I'll take credit for that. But he did a great job getting back in phase and punching the ball out. But yeah, I just think this team is really resilient. And even when you think we might be down, we're never out.
In a game like this with the scoreline what it was, what is Coach Curcinetti like on the sideline?
He's still intense. The score sometimes doesn't really reflect the way we all feel about the game. There are a lot of little things there that I'm sure everybody's pretty upset with, that we just left a lot of opportunities out there. There was some sloppy play, tackling, angles to the football, all things like that, defense at least. But a win is a win. You can never take those for granted, but we definitely have a lot to clean up, and that's the kind of message echoed without the locker room.
The big quarterback runs you guys gave up last week, how much was that, kind of a focus throughout the week this week? How much was that on your guys' minds today, and how pleased are you with the way you guys shut down their quarterbacks in the ground game?
Yeah, I mean, the 2 plays that beat us, you don't want to be haunted by them forever, so you kind of correct them and move forward. And I think we did a great job of it all week. Every practice, we kind of sneak it in there, kind of see how we were going to react to it. And every time was, the result we wanted with the TFL. So just being able to learn and grow, and obviously a lot of new faces and on this defense that is pretty complex to the mind. I think we've done a great job with it, absorbing that, learning from our mistakes and kind of moving forward.
Last one.
I think we're good.